VAYC is not a scam. You are wrong, DGen. It's not a scam. It will go to the moon. I don't care what you say, DGen. You don't know anything about VAYC, and it's going to be the best investment ever made. Just because you lost out on Wonderland doesn't mean everything else is a scam. Doesn't mean all the DAOs are scam. Well, guys, I hate to say it, but here's a small update on the ApeCoin. Now remember, when I did my video, ApeCoin was trading at about $16-ish or something. Actually went back up to 16. But now it's slowly but surely, it's bleeding. So it's currently trading at 10 bucks. So if you bought in at high 50s, high 60s, hoping you'll get rich from this, can't say I didn't warn you. So watch my other video if you want to know why I think this coin is nothing but an exit liquidity for insiders, for rich people, and for people who wish to exploit the airdrop, which is the topic of today's video. Apparently, someone borrowed 5 Bored Apes to claim $1.1 million of ape token. So this is another red flag by the ape token team. Now, Yuga Labs, I think that's the company behind it. So the problem is the way they did the airdrop is not by a snapshot. So for those of you who don't know, a snapshot is they take a picture, let's say, of the blockchain at a certain point of time to figure out who the owners of the Bored Ape NFTs are. And then if you own that Bored Ape NFT, you'll be eligible for the airdrop. That's how an airdrop is typically done, right? So the problem with the Bored Ape, the ape token airdrop, is that they did not take a snapshot of the owners. So that means if you own any ApeCoin, if you own any Bored Ape NFT at any point of time, no matter for how long, even for a few seconds, as we will see in this hack, you'll be eligible for the airdrop. So it doesn't reward long-term holders. It rewards anyone who holds the Bored Ape NFT. So as you can see, this is a vector of attack. Some really smart people figured that out, and they were able to attack it for $1.1 million. I wish I was this smart, but apparently this type of attack is pretty common, and it requires a bit of a collateral in the beginning, but the reward it's almost guaranteed. So here's how that worked. Here's how they were able to collect $1.1 million from this dumb airdrop. That's very poorly thought out of, this whole airdrop, so they were able to attack it. So how does it work? So the way they do it is there's a thing called NFTX. This is a pool in a vault, in a protocol, where they combine, it contains 5 Bored Apes, all of these 5, and they are worth about 500 Ethereum, which is really dumb in my opinion. Anyway, I don't know anything about NFTs, but 5 NFTs worth 500 Ethereum. So total $1.4 million worth of Bored Apes. So that's a floor price. So the person wants to use these 5 NFTs. Now keep in mind that these NFTs have not claimed their airdrop yet because they were locked in the vault for them to earn passive income. So these are locked and you cannot use them you cannot transfer them to your wallet to claim your airdrop. So what this person, smart people, do is that they use a flash loan. So in DeFi, this is a flash loan. It's very common for DeFi hacks. So what they did was, flash loan are a way to borrow a large amount of crypto at low cost, on the basis that the crypto is repaid in the same transaction, in the same block. So this is a very safe way of doing it, if provided there are no exploits. Basically, you borrow the assets and you pay it back in the same exact block or transaction. So very short-term loan. That's why it's called a flash loan. So in this case, they bought a Bored Ape on the NFT marketplace, NFT, OpenSeas, for under $300,000. So that's their initial investment. They bought a Bored Ape, a random Bored Ape, for $300,000, and they used it as collateral to take out the flash loan. Now, when you take out a loan, you need to put up some collateral. So that's what they did. They put out $300,000 as a collateral for this flash loan. Then this loan was used to purchase the large amount of the votes token. Remember, this is a vote token. It's a combination of these 5 Bored Apes. So now they have 5 Bored Apes in their possession. They basically borrowed it from the votes. And what they do next is that they executed this redemption for the airdrop using the 5 Bored Apes. They used the 5 Bored Apes that they borrowed to claim the airdrop because there was no requirement for them to hold it for however long. So there was no snapshot. So they were able to do all of this in one complex transaction. So these people are obviously very smart programmers. They wrote a contract to do all of this in one transaction. And before you know it, they returned the Bored Apes that they borrowed, the 5 Bored Apes they borrowed, and then they were able to collect their collateral back, the Bored Ape that they bought from OpenSeas, and then they were able to sell this thing, get their original money back. Now all they actually have are 60,000 ape coins. Isn't that crazy? They were able to claim 60,000 ape coins, and then they immediately sold it on Uniswap for 399 Ethereum, which is worth $1.1 million. And that's how you're able to arbitrage. I wouldn't call this a hack, because it's not a hack, because the people at Bored Ape Club, like they really screwed up this airdrop, allow people to claim without having to have a long-term ownership. So I say this is an arbitrage and not an attack. So this is another reason I'm kind of skeptical about the people behind this. And there's another reason why you have constant sell pressure on this coin, and you may never see it going back up because there's constant sell pressure. All the insiders are trying to sell all their free token, sometimes worth millions of dollars. And if you don't have more demand compared to selling pressure, the price is going to go down. And that's exactly what's happening. There's so much sell pressure, there's not enough demand for it. So I want you guys to be very careful when you look at these things. Very careful when you buy into something. You have to figure out, think about, ask yourself, why am I buying this? And what's the utility of this thing? If it's something that people promise to give you something for future, but as a moment it doesn't have any future, if it doesn't have any utility, then I'll really be aware of it, because promise to deliver in the future is not always a promise. Sometimes they can pull out, sometimes things can happen, sometimes they get hacked, company go bankrupt. There's so many reasons for them to not deliver something in the future. So I want you guys to keep that in mind and as a lesson for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you guys next time. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below.